This is a very basic tutorial on how to make a Google form. Let's start by going into forms.google.com and you click on blank to create a new one. Here you'll have an untitled form. We'll call it data collection form, or whatever the name of your event is. You can include a description of your form here. So this form is to collect information about you so that we can process it properly. You can actually hit enter, put more information here. In fact, you can have a long letter here introducing you can contact us at blah 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 and so forth. And then as you scroll down, you can actually have the beginning of your questions here. So here you can have the name, and then it automatically figures out that it's a short answer. A lot of times you want to make it required or non-required. So this one's going to be required, and you can add a question here. So we'll add a question, and here will be, the next question will be your child's age, your child's name. Okay. Automatically figures out that it's a short answer question. Then we'll click here again, child's age, automatically figures out that it's a number type of question. So let's say, for example, they don't enter a number. You say, please enter a number. Okay. Sometimes you can make these required. So let's say, for example, this is a child registration. You have to make the first, your child's name requirement. And then let's say you want to have a separate section. You click here on section, and then here's your child's personal information. Okay, so then you do one question in there by saying, I consent to share my child's information. And then here you just make the first option as yes, and then that's the only option they get. If they don't, they cannot submit the form. And next, child's favorite food. It's already a short answer question. Then let's say write a short story about your child. And then here it figures out that it's a paragraph. But I can go over some of these. You can have a short answer, a paragraph, multiple choices. So let's say, for example, what meal do you want? Let's say we'll try that one now. What sort of meal would you like? And then we can have the options as regular, and then you hit enter, and it gives you a second option, vegan, enter again, vegetarian, and so forth. And another type of question that you can have is, for example, check boxes. So let's say, what type of animals do you like? So then you can have cats, enter dogs, enter kangaroos, etc. And then people can actually check more than one box. Here they can only check one box. Okay, and then you can make it required or not required. All right, we'll do another one. This is in case you want somebody to upload a file. Let's say it says uploads to Drive, which means you'll get the image in a Drive folder. Here you put, for example, submit a photo of your child. Okay. And then you can put, for example, only submit certain file types, so you can just limit it to images. Okay, maximum file size, you can, 10 megabytes is good enough for that. Never select 10 gigabytes or 1 gigabyte. You will likely not have that much space in your hard drive, so 10 megs is enough. Okay, we'll add another one here. A drop down. It's very similar to the multiple choice where they only pick one. Here they pick it from a drop down. All right, a linear scale is, let's say, for example, how much did you like the show? On a scale from 1 to 5, how much did you like the show? 5 most and 1 least. So then you just put label for 1, least, most, good enough. Then for multiple choice, let's see another one here. These two I've never used, so just ignore them. Date is, what date do you prefer to come and what time do you prefer to come. Let's say you're trying to make an appointment or get suggestions from people on what date works best for them. So they would put what date works best for you, and they enter the month and date of the year. As a response or time, they enter what time they prefer. You can make it required or not. And then you can actually, once you're done with that, you can actually send the link to people by clicking on preview. And that opens the link that you can copy and give to people. Okay, that's what you can use to give out to people. And then sometimes another way to do it is you click here, and this is if you want to get email notifications every time somebody posts it. So you can select that. Every single person who can edit the form has to select it if they want to get emails. Okay. Select response destination. You click here on creating a spreadsheet. Okay, we're going to create a spreadsheet. This is going to be called, we didn't name the questionnaire, so we're just going to copy this and paste it there. I already did it for you. We'll go back to responses, click on create spreadsheet. It will be called data collection. When you create that spreadsheet, it'll open the link so you can keep track of this one. This will have a spreadsheet with all the responses created right here. You can share that with other people if you like by clicking here and entering their email addresses. All right, and then just keep a copy of this link for later. And then you click here, select, let's see, that's pretty much it for that part. Go back to questions. If you click on this little gear, you'll have a few answers here. If you say collect email addresses, it'll ask for the person's email address at the very beginning. Here you can limit it to just one response. Here you can allow people to edit their answers after submitting. I wouldn't allow this. I mean, in some cases you would. I've never had a situation where you have to. See summary charts. I guess this is for people to see what others have responded to. Now let's see. Presentation, you can see a progress bar of how much data they have to enter. You can shuffle the questions. You can give them a confirmation email message saying, thank you so much for filling this out. And if I go to responses and I click on this, it gives me basically the same type of info. There's a few other things that you can do here. You can add a collaborator. Let's say you've got another friend who is going to be working with you on the form. You add them, but just remember that once you add them, they can edit the survey, they can edit the form, but if they want to get an email response, you have to tell them to come to this page, go to responses, click on get email notification if they want to get an email. Otherwise, they will not get it. And here you can change the colors by the color palette. You can select the red color for the form, any other colors, and that concludes the presentation. Thank you.